The interviews in this video are with candidates currently running in the November 2020 election in Brevard County. I'm Zach Noon. I had the opportunity to speak with local candidates about their knowledge of renewable energy and how they plan to help implement that in Brevard County's near future. As a representative of young and future voters, I was encouraged that while not everyone has the same level of knowledge on this subject, everyone I spoke with seemed to understand the importance of a transition to clean energy and a cleaner environment for Brevard County. I want to thank the Brevard chapter of Rethink Energy Florida and all the candidates that shared their time to speak with me and engage in this conversation that will definitely continue into their future terms of office. All candidates for each seat were invited, and no part of this video is an endorsement for any candidate. What are your plans or what have you accomplished to help advance renewable energy options for Palm Bay?
For the city of Palm Bay, what my plans are is to ensure that we are looking at least making the city, the city's buildings at least almost 100% using renewable energy, utilizing solar. That is a goal that I would want to make sure that we're looking to achieve up to within the next 5 years as a city, going through systematically trying to ensure that we have efficient energy usage, also making sure that we actually are looking to go to, say, solar as an option. We look also at our street lights. We want to make sure that we're using the right technology to ensure that we're maximizing, again, using solar, using LED lights as a real option. And so also even just our city's vehicles, we want to make sure that we're looking at making sure that we have vehicles using in the city that are using electric, and also making sure even our city has electric vehicle charging stations. We don't have a lot of options here in the city right now, so those are some options I want to make sure that we are looking to address here.
What are your plans or what have you accomplished to ensure the transition to renewable energy in Palm Bay is available to every resident at every income level?
I love that question because it is a serious issue as we want to, go into renewable energy. Myself wanting to make sure we're using solar at our home, there is a cost to that. And so it's very important that we work with the state, work with our commissions and all our state representatives, making it that there are credits available for people that they decide to go solar. We want to make sure that people know that there are some options that they have. We want to make sure that we expand working with FPL, putting all the parties together and looking at ways to make sure we're reducing the cost for sole access to solar. We're giving credits when it's necessary or possible to do for residents who choose to go solar. We also want to make sure, again, making sure that people who decide to go solar, that they're getting their credits back as well from our power company. So I think hand in hand, we have to make sure that we are rewarding people who are doing things right. And I think it's a partnership with our state or state representatives or county commission. Again, I always say it's the will to do it. And that's what we want to be able to push forward as a platform to be able to make those adjustments and, rewarding people who decide to make the right decision.
The state legislature has implemented or attempted to implement a number of preemptions on environmental issues regulating fertilizer, plastic bags, and polystyrene. What is your opinion on home rule versus state control on environmental issues, specifically septic tank permitting?
I'm a big proponent for home rule. I think sometimes, whereas, every city is different, every city has different challenges. And for us here, home rule, I believe I'm a big proponent of that. When it comes to septic tanks, I also believe that, I'm a strong proponent of going forward, how we build our city. If there is sewer available, ensuring that all new construction go or use sewer versus going to septic. So that is one thing that I know, because we already see what the implications are when we do have some of those failings in terms of, a septic tank failing. And it is something, again, that we have to focus on. How do we make those difference? How do we make those improvements? And those are the little things that will, make the difference in the long term. And that's what I would definitely want to make sure that we're looking at, addressing this situation head on, and looking at the long-term impacts. Now, the Indian River Lagoon is something that really touches my heart. I have made sure that I've, actively, planted mangroves and actively, when it meant, put my placard up on the corner and let people know that we are in trouble. And so that's something I want to make sure that is a priority on our agenda here in the city of Palm Bay. We want to make sure that we're putting our foot forward to stand up to make a difference in addressing the issues of the Indian River Lagoon. And it's everything from people, using the fertilizer. Education has been a big thing that has helped to raise their awareness. But I want to push that even further to make sure that we are building sustainability boards, especially in the city of Palm Bay. We don't necessarily have an active sustainability board. That's a priority for me, to ensure that we are looking at all the aspects that protect our Indian River Lagoon, to make sure we're looking at options for renewable energy, and making sure that we are at the forefront of decision making and changes in our city. So when you look at Kim Mirage, that's who you're getting, someone who's focused on creating a great sustainability board to protect our environment here in the city of Palm Bay.